Well, this whole thing started when I was a kid. So grab a seat if you want. My dad used to take me out to the ocean beach. This is about 1942. And we'd take the streetcar out there, and we'd go to the Cliff House, and we'd go to a place called Sutro's Baths, which was a big building that had stairs going down, and then there were swimming pools in there. And part of that outing involved walking along the ocean beach. And so where the Chalet restaurant is now, right next to it was this old rotted boat laying on its side. And it had a fence around it, but the fence had been knocked down a long time ago. And my dad was kind of a prim and proper guy, but since the fence was knocked down, he would let me go in there and climb on the boat. And because it was sloping, you couldn't really get around very much, but that was the Gjøa. And my dad took me and showed me, there was a big stone monument there.
Still there.
Yeah, and down at the bottom was a little plaque, but most people couldn't read it. And I even now find difficulty reading it. And so, because I thought about that, and I read a little bit about Amundsen, and I thought, gee, the people of San Francisco really don't understand what happened here. Here's Norway over here, and that's where he took off from, and he sailed all the way down around Greenland, and he stopped here, and this is where he loaded up with dog sleds and dogs. And then he took off this way, and he tried to go through here and over the top of Alaska. And one of his techniques was he learned from other sailors that your boat would be crushed by the ice. So he decided to haul the boat out when it got that severe. And so the boat actually sat on top of the ice. But they still lived inside of it. And with the aid of the Eskimos, he learned a lot. He only had a crew of about 6.
It was a smallish boat, right?
It was just an old fishing boat from Norway, yeah. And so when he finally sailed into San Francisco, it was a big deal. And guess what? It was just 6 months after the terrible San Francisco earthquake. So most of the city was in ruin. But people understood the significance of it. And so that's why that monument is out there. And so this story, I think, is really important because now we're having global warming, and this Northwest Passage might become more traveled. It might become more important. But when you go out to the restaurant there, most people don't even know this is a significant thing that happened.
Right.
And that's why I made the model. Well, first of all, there's excellent information about the boat at the Maritime Historical Society, which is down by Fort Mason.
Right.
So I went there and I got a whole bunch of plans and pictures of it. And I wanted to make it, I didn't know that I would be allowed to display it at the chalet. I didn't really know where it was going to go. I was kind of thinking of giving it to the Norwegian consulate. But anyway, I started building it anyway. And I built it the way a real boat is built, with bulkheads and planking it, because part of it was just the fun of doing it, not just the end result of looking at it. And so I did that. And then I went out to the beach chalet and asked for the manager, and he was busy, but I finally got hold of him. And I said, I'd like to put it in the lower floor, which is kind of like a museum. And there was a little alcove there. And when he saw the model, he said, oh no, he says, I want this up by the restaurant. So we walked up the stairs and he said, it should go here. And the fun part is, the guys from the Model Yacht Club, that we belong to, I invited them out for lunch, and so they all got to see it.